You never played Oculus?
No, I mean I've been on it. One of my partners brought it to work one day
Hey,
when we was on turnaround, and it's dope. But I don't want one no more, right? Because they've come up with a concept that the Oculus can kill you.
oh fuck that. Why would I buy some shit? Wait, who the fuck came up with that and why did they announce it? We good. All right. Shit. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Tony Hadnot, aka the Nocturnist, and I am here with my bro,
Can folk, and we are.
Super Hadnot Bros, and we are a podcast about nothing because a conversation about nothing is a conversation about any and everything.
Yeah, man.
Um, so for those who don't already know, we finally let me grab my phone.
Yeah, grab that shit.
For all those who don't know, we finally got our shop back up. We do have one item in there.
Yeah, man. I like it.
Did you see it?
Yeah, though.
So for all those who really enjoy the show, you know that we have our opening I guess not banter, but it's like a dialogue. And it's
Man,
the part
whatever you
where
want
you
to call
say,
it.
yeah, whatever you want. And maybe it's a tagline. I don't know. But we all, you know how we always say a conversation about nothing is a conversation about any and everything. That's what it says on the front in like classic video game font. And on the back it says, damn right. Kind of
Goddamn right.
mirroring what we both say to kind of intro the show. And it's dark colored t-shirt. So you can do like black, red, you know, all those different colors.
Yeah.
And it's available at a certain price. And then for those who are Patreon members, I don't think I have it set up just yet, but I will be setting it up very, very, very soon. Possibly like by the time this episode drops. um, Patreon members after a certain level, you actually be able to get it at a discounted rate. So just kind of
Yeah,
keep an eye
man.
open for that. You know, if you want to be a supporter of the show, and you want to kind of come
Get
into the
that discount.
Patreon. So yeah, but so yeah, man, this is I guess a special episode because this is the episode. Well, actually, it's special for two reasons.
Yeah.
One, this is our 10th episode, which
Whoop,
to
whoop,
me is a
whoop, 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 whoop.
milestone. So that's kind of dope.
Yeah.
We'll insert applause at this point somewhere around
Clap,
here.
clap.
Right. And then also Thanksgiving is this week. So we actually dropped this episode a little earlier in the week so that you can kind of get your feel in before you go enjoy that turkey and whatever else that you eat before Thanksgiving. So you know, happy
Yeah,
Thanksgiving,
man.
motherfucker.
Happy Thanksgiving. God damn it.
Right.
What
So
you?
what
How
you
you doing the turkey this year, man? What you gonna do with it?
man, I'm gonna put it on the pit. I'm gonna go ahead and smoke that bad boy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I
frying
got
them
that.
bad boys up, man. After I done fried them shits, I can't eat them in the oven or nothing else. I gotta eat them fried now.
You know what's crazy is I was just talking about that with Adrian earlier today. I was saying I wanted some fried turkey because I know last year one of Adrian's old coworkers that she used to work with, he fries turkeys every year,
Yeah.
and this dude is like a bona fide like I don't know why he don't have his own restaurant. Like this dude
Right.
cook his
Right.
ass off. So last year he fried us I think we ended up with two turkeys as a matter of fact, or maybe it was
I'm
one and
gonna
we
do
just
two
cut.
of them.
Yeah, but we ate it for Thanksgiving. I know we ate at whatever we did. We ate it for Thanksgiving, but then we
Uh
put
huh.
it in the freezer and held on to it for a little while, and then we pulled it out of the freezer like not too long ago, and we went in again, man, and man, that turkey was so good. So like this year we were saying that we want to fry turkey, but she said I don't remember, but it could be true. She said the last time we tried to buy a turkey earlier, I was like they were way too expensive, even though we didn't bought a turkey
Yeah.
40
So
years
right now they
ago
doing a sale where you get you buy the turkey and you get a ham for free. So I'm
at
gonna do that. But
HEB.
I'm gonna smoke the ham. Yeah, at HEB
Yeah,
here
actually,
in
it's if you buy the
Virginia. It's
ham,
better.
you get the
You get the
turkey
turkey
free.
free. Yeah, it's
That's
one or the
exact.
other, but yeah,
That's exactly what we did.
yeah. So I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna smoke the ham and I'm gonna fry the turkeys. So I'm gonna do two of them. I'm gonna do one with my normal seasoned rub it down, injection, all that good stuff. But then the second one, I think I'm gonna do a lemon pepper
Lemon
turkey.
pepper.
Yeah.
Man, you've been listening to too much Rick Ross and
Nah, man, I don't listen to Rick Ross.
the wing stop the wing stop plugs.
I don't listen to Rick Ross, but I'm just saying, I think a lemon pepper turkey, that'd be fire, bro. So
It
I'm gonna
do
try that.
sound good.
Yeah.
I ain't never had lemon pepper turkey. Now I
Yeah.
have done.
Gotta rub it down with that lemon pepper, man.
All right, but check this
Yeah.
out. I did this before. Have you ever
Okay.
had jerk turkey?
Nah, man.
Yeah. Hey, the shit goes hard.
I would imagine, but I never had it.
You put that. So I take the jerk dry rub.
Yeah.
And there's a wet rub too. It's called is the name. Well, there's different brands, but the one we like to use is called Grace's, and it's a wet rub. But if you don't know what and I don't want to call this authentic, but it's probably going to be as close as authentic as you can get.
Right.
If you had real jerk, whatever, you know that shit is mad spicy. It's spicy as hell. So this stuff comes in a jar. And when you open that jar, the smell is so strong. You could
your nose start running.
Yeah, because it's so spicy, but it has almost a bit of a sweetness to it. But I learned a long time ago. I was out shooting one day and I met this guy, this Jamaican guy. He was telling me when you buy that stuff, if you can't handle the spice, what you could do is you cut it. You cut it with something sweet. So he says that he used sweet and sour sauce to mix in it, to kind of use it as the marinade to cut it. But what I like to do is I'll take some Worcestershire and brown sugar and mix it in there. And it'll kind of mellow it out. I mean, if you call it mellow it out, it mellows it out a little bit. But
it takes that harsh bite out. But
it takes the harshness out of it, but it's still gonna kind of light you up a little bit. But man, that jerk turkey is the truth.
Man, you see Popeye's doing turkey now.
Yeah, I saw that. I was passing by. We passed by it a couple months ago, and saw that they were getting ready to start doing the fried turkey. So, okay, that's dope.
And y'all like J&J's, right? Y'all enjoy the J&J's.
Yeah, no, they told us about
they doing the turkey.
So the last time I came home, we went to Daddy's house and we stopped by there to go bring some wings to his house.
Right.
And they was telling us about the turkeys.
Salt and pepper turkeys.
That's man. So I don't know. I'm assuming that this is a sort of a fad, so it can't be just a Beaumont thing. But there's this place in Beaumont called J&J's that has salt and pepper chicken, and
salt and pepper everything.
Yeah, they salt and pepper everything: chicken, egg rolls, whatever's on the menu is salt and pepper. And I swear that shit has crack in it, because it's like you can't just eat.
you can't stop eating it, bro.
You can't just eat one. So if you're very conscious about your sodium intake and you don't want to have
don't go there.
blood pressure issues, you probably don't want to eat this salt and pepper chicken, because it's
so fire though. Like
I'm talking about. This shit ain't finger licking good. This shit is finger chewing good. That shit is on point.
You bite on it. Next thing you know, it's just straight bone on
you. you gnawing on your hand. You ain't even got a finger left, because it's so good.
Yeah.
So you said you frying turkeys. What else you got going on?
I'm just gonna fry the turkeys and smoke the hams.
Casey gonna do all of the sides up to everybody else.
Casey, whatever y'all want, because me, I don't care about them sides.
Yeah, nah, we gonna do. I think I'm gonna throw both the turkey and the ham on the pit, and then we're just gonna do traditionals like mac and cheese, greens, and sweet potatoes, shit like that. So nothing too crazy. But I think my thing that I look forward to every Thanksgiving is the words. We talked about this on Bro Where's My Phone too. Shout out to C. Allen and Meech.
Shout out.
We talked about struggle plates. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, when you're taking pictures of your food, man, you got to look.
Presentation is key, bro.
Presentation is everything. We get it. Even if the food ain't pretty, it may taste good, but at the end of the day, it's got to be appetizing enough. So if you're gonna show that bad boy off on Facebook and Instagram and wherever else you're gonna put it, make sure that it looks good. All right, man.
It's gotta look like I'm ready to eat it right now.
I don't
want it to look like it's you slapped it on there and got shit piled up like this. No, section it off. Make sure it's nice. Get you a good angle on that joint. And you good. But everything else, man, all of that slapping it together, man, can't do
it. And don't just throw it on a plate like whatever. You know what I mean? Like
plate.
Put a shape to that shit. You got some greens on there, make a nice little pile of greens. Yeah. You got some sweet potatoes on there. Throw about
a smoker or something, man.
Throw about 4 chunks on there. get a pretty piece of cornbread. Don't get the one that's got the top halfway peeled off on it.
Always go with the corner.
You get that corner that's
That
gonna be
corner,
nice and
man.
golden. Nice and golden. You know
Always
what I'm
go with the
saying?
corner.
If you're gonna get the turkey, don't get that old shredded wheat looking ass turkey. Like get a drumstick or a wing, or even get a piece of the breast. But if you're gonna get the breast, you know what I'm saying, slice that bad boy.
Cut them titties right out of there.
Don't just peel off the little shredded part, you know what I'm saying, just throw it on there. That shit ain't presentable, man. Presentation is everything. You gotta have that nice colorful plate, bright and pretty.
If your plate look like trash, I feel like your house dirty.
You know what? It's true because it goes with a lot of other things. If your clothes don't look right, your house probably look dirty. If your car look jacked up, your house probably look dirty, and people probably think you are dirty, even though you might be the cleanest person in the world.
But it's just perception, bro.
It's perception, and yeah, we know, we get it. Don't give a shit about what other people think. That's cool and all, but come on, man.
Get your shit better with your food presentation.
Get your food presentation right, man. You how would you feel if you went to let's say you went to Saltgrass and ordered a steak, and your steak and your mashed potatoes and your macaroni and cheese didn't look right? You'd be mad as hell. Yeah. I know I would be. I have a story.
Okay.
I remember one time I ordered Domino's, and I was already frustrated, right? Because it took them like 2 hours to get my pizza to me.
God damn.
Yeah, right. And the Domino's is like literally right down the street.
They went to Italy.
I mean, they went to Italy. They kneaded the dough. They made the tomato sauce. Yeah. They milked the cows. You know what I'm saying? They slaughtered the pigs to make the pepper. They did the whole 9 yards. But it took them 2 hours to get my pizza to me, so I'm already kind of frustrated, right? So after probably about an hour and a half in, because it was late at night, so it wasn't like I was trying to go anywhere to go get something to eat. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. I give them a call, and I'm like, yo, like, I put my order in online. What's good, And it was just like, oh, well, we're a little, he running behind, but he's out. He should be to you like however long she said it was, maybe 15 minutes or something like that. I can't remember, but I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So in that, the guy comes and brings me my pizza probably like 15 minutes after I made the call. And me being me, because I'm not just a mean person, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. He seemed like he was a nice guy. I gave him a tip, took my pizza in, mouth watering. I'm like, man, I'm about to murder this shit.
Yeah.
I opened my pizza up, and it was one of them, it was the thin crust pizza. So they cut it in squares. So
it's the best way to eat it, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. But when I saw my pizza, it was like completely not even together. You know what I mean? It wasn't the circle. It was just
all the squares. They was
everywhere. It was like somebody had dropped it. And on top of that, the pizza had looked dry, and it looked rotted, and it looked just horrible. So I was like, yo, nah, y'all got to come back.
Yeah.
And I called them, and I was on the phone with that lady for probably about 30 minutes because I was going in, because I was just so mad, because I was like, why would somebody do to something like this? And on top of that, I think I had a free pizza on top of that. So you know how you get so many points, you get your free pizza. Yeah. I had just earned my free pizza. I was like, I need this pizza for free. And it was like, all right, cool. No, they gave me the free pizza, but they were like, we'll make sure that your points come back so that you can get your next pizza for free.
Right.
They never gave it to me, but the fact of the matter is that I couldn't enjoy my fucking pizza because the presentation wasn't right. Because if I look at a pizza, it's all broken and it looked like a goddamn jigsaw puzzle that hadn't been solved.
Yeah.
Like,
it looked like he went and hit a couple of licks or something like that between, and probably had a shootout somewhere. Right. He's doing donuts and whatnot.
But see, here's the catch-22 also, especially when it comes to restaurants and your food, right?
Yeah.
Is that it's like you get mad when they fuck up, and you have to let them know about it. But at the same time, if you do want more food, you kind of have to be mindful of how you approach them.
I never reorder.
Right. You got to be very mindful about how you approach them, because if you come at them too strong, and I know I came at Domino's real strong that day because I was hungry as hell. It was late at night. Cooking. So it was one of them
You got some extra
situations.
sauce in there somewhere.
Right. So I'm now looking at it in hindsight, you know, that's something that you have to consider, because if you come at somebody like mad left,
Yeah,
you
you
know what I'm
aggressive as
saying?
hell.
You're gonna fuck around and get some shit in your food you ain't gonna want. You ain't gonna
I
even know what's
never
in there.
reorder. I don't care what happened, whatever. I just never. I'll just take it, whatever. Like when we went to Papados, and I ordered the shrimp and tenders.
Yeah.
But when like everybody had their place, like 20 people there, or whatever. And everybody got their place. They finally bring mine. It was the fucking kids' meal. That plate was this big. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and eat this. And then they came back and they was like, did we give you the wrong order? I was like, I guess. I don't know. I just want to go reorder it. And they was like, no, we're gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, but I was gonna stop at Jack in the Box on the way home. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because I hate reordering.
I would just be like, man, let me just get my money back. And
I don't want none of that. Just
keep it.
Yeah, just keep
You
it.
good. You good,
stop
fam.
at Jack in the Box.
Right, because even if you do come at them sideways, you ask for your money back, it may be a time where you might go back over there.
Right.
And they remember your face and be like,
oh, that's that jackass that wanted
yeah, that's a motherfucker that came at me sideways. Hey, farting his grits.
Right, man. I don't like that shit. So, I like my shrimp and grits from over there, but
yeah. Man, I ain't been to Papados.
So I'm done with the reorder, and I never do it.
Yeah, so but all that to say is get your food presentation right.
Yeah,
for Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving again.
Happy Thanksgiving, motherfucker. So I know we had plans on traveling, but I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do this year at this point. So we just gonna kind of I know we're cooking at home, but as far as like the weekend, I don't know what we're doing.
Well, I know mom and them, everybody going to Louisiana.
You're going to the boot.
Yeah, I would go, but you know, my son gonna be home for a couple hours on Thanksgiving Day, so I don't want to miss him by being out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
absolutely.
Then he'll come home on the 8th, and then he'll be home for about a month or so. So
okay, well that'll be nice. That'll be good. I'm pretty sure you're looking forward to that and are going to enjoy that.
Yeah, man. He's gonna have a good time, man. We're gonna get tatted up and shit.
I like it.
Yeah.
So I remember talking to you yesterday, and there was some other stuff I want to talk about too, but it's not coming to my mind right now. It'll probably register at some point. But I know you was talking about did you find your R&B song or whatever it is?
Okay, so yeah, man, I want to do something where we can start implementing like something of the week or whatever. It don't matter if it's a song, movie, game, whatever. So right now I'm going with the one I had. So anybody who's watching this, give me your R&B group of the week, right?
Okay.
Mine is BBD.
Okay.
They'll be able to vote. And the reason I have them right now is I've been watching a lot of their videos. Oh, you got stuck? Oh, you good.
Okay.
I've been watching a lot of their videos, and they may not be the greatest singers and have the best songs, but they longevity. The songs are fun, and they look like they having fun while they doing it. Them dudes was always hype. They was dancing everywhere like crazy, and they was about having fun. So I'm putting them as my R&B group of the week. So anybody got somebody who could top that, match it, whatever, y'all figure it out.
I'll put that in the comments. Yeah, BBD was dope. BBD was really dope. It was something about that era because I think was it them or was it Guy that ushered in the New Jack Swing era?
Guys,
actually no,
New Jack Swing, but they wasn't 100% New Jack Swing like talking about. They did a little bit of mixture of both, but a lot of their music was like dance music. Like you can actually
BBD.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but that's all New Jack.
Tracks.
That's what all New Jack Swing was, though. It was all R&B music, like accented by like hip hop elements. So you had like the drum patterns, and they would throw some samples in there, or whatever they did to make it, make you move, which was really kind of dope. But BBD was dope. I mean, but also they are an offshoot of like one of the greatest R&B groups of all time.
Of course, I just wanted to shoot them out because for one, with them three, their energy was different from when they were with New Edition. So they was able to do their own stuff. And they just look like cool dudes to hang out with. They look like they cool. They get the chicks. They'll knock a nigga out if they need to, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just they seem like down to earth, like cool people you can hang out with. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't too serious about shit.
Man, them niggas had mad egos. But
I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure they did. But you know what I'm saying? They just, you know what I'm saying? It's, as a group, I would love to be a part of a group and have fun with that shit. Like they was enjoying
it. They really brought about that. It was a certain that was an era where like it was just something about it where dancing was cool. And you know, I don't know. It was just that because
the fits they had on the fits and everything. Was
it was just the look, the attitude, the style, like all of that was just something about that. That was like like late 80s, early 90s kind of era.
Yeah.
So you know that was the high top fades with the
you got to have your cut got to be right. Your fit got to be right. Your dance moves have to be on point. Yeah. Your vocals can be whatever at this point. As long as you got that down, you good. But they was able to sing and do what they need to do. So
that's when they was rocking like
the step and the Gumby and whatnot.
They was rocking the Gumby, the step. That was when they started rocking the overalls with the one strap.
Strap, and then you get the airbrush on there. You put paint whatever you want.
You can put all the airbrush on there, and that was what Ocean Pacific and I think that around that time you started to see like Cross Colors and Jabot.
Yeah, man.
Like Fila was cool. As a matter of fact, now that we on that, I was actually watching this video yesterday about and I don't know why I swear to God I was a drug dealer in a past life.
Okay. So
I was watching this video on YouTube and it was a sneakerhead video, but it was talking about like all the shoes that were cool in like drug culture back in the like from the late 70s up until whenever.
Yeah.
And they were showing like all the different shoes. And I was like, dang, some of them shoes was kind of bad as hell though. Like in the 80s, them niggas used to rock some dope shit.
Yeah, everybody like people still rocking them now.
Well, yeah, I mean like the Air Force Ones and stuff like that, but they were wearing things like they were wearing Fila. It was a Fila shoe that they were wearing, like Gucci shoes they were wearing, like in the early 80s, Gucci tennis or something like that.
I would never wear Gucci, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me neither. But like, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw them shoes, I was like, them shit's kind of clean. As a matter of fact, the dude compared this shoe to what the S. Carters were. Remember when Jay-Z did the S. Carter?
Yeah, bro, they all were the same. They were basically like your shell-toed Adidas.
Well, no. These weren't shell toes. These were like, okay, think about remember when Sauconys were in?
Sauconys is dope as shit.
Okay, think about the Saucony look, but more simplified.
Yeah, like G-Nikes.
Yeah, and I can tag this video in the I'll tag the video in the link so people can see it whenever this airs. But yeah, man, the shoes is dope as hell, and I really started like thinking and paying attention, even watching movies like Paid in Full, or even movies that were made in the 80s, like Crush Groove, and all these movies. I was like Run DMC. Dude, look, man, I know they had like the same look throughout the 80s, but like when you look at it, you was like, kind of, because you never really saw that shit, you know what I'm saying, outside of them. You know what I'm saying, with the fedora hats and the gold chains and the Adidas suits and I was like, them niggas kind of clean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So talking about that just kind of brought me to this or whatever. Let me see if I gotta look it up. I can't remember what the post actually said. 1 second.
Yeah.
About like Ron DMC and all of them and whatnot. So yeah. All right. The Baby says he's on the same level as Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole when it comes to freestyle.
Yeah,
I'm gonna vigorously disagree.
I saw that, and then I also saw, and look, man, rest in peace to Takeoff. But I saw that Fat Joe said that Takeoff had the same impact on hip hop as Run DMC did, and I was like, so okay, I'm gonna stand on the fence of this because this is clearly all opinionated, but I understand that the Migos is a big group. They are. I can't take that away from them. In this, seriously, this era,
I get you, yeah. But
the Migos has had I'm about to get into it. The Migos they've had a very long run. they're going to put their footprint in hip hop. I'm not gonna take that
which
away
is
from them.
fine.
They have definitely sealed their legacy. But as far as making an impact on Run DMC's level, I have to respectfully disagree with that.
I'm a madly disagree. Fuck all that.
Because I
For
feel
one, I'm
like
not a Fat Joe fan, so I don't really give a shit what the hell he be talking about. You know
well,
what I'm
I mean,
saying?
I like Fat Joe. I think
Oh,
he,
fuck that dude.
he's cool, but Run DMC when they came out, they like we always say back then when people were coming out, they were coming out bringing something original. I don't know who came out before the Migos. I don't know if Future came out before the Migos, but I'm almost certain that Future came out before the Migos. And
Right.
honestly, if we're gonna talk about a group like the Migos making an impact on hip hop, I would say that credit will honestly go to Future because although I'm not the
He
biggest fan
created
of
every one of these
I'm about to
rappers.
say, although I'm not the biggest fan of Future's music, when I listen to the Migos, I hear elements of what Future did when he first came out. What they call it, the mumble rap. I didn't start hearing it until I started hearing Future. Now I could be 100% wrong because I don't know who came
Everybody
out
that I
first.
hear now, I think is Future.
Exactly. So you got Future, you got Designer, you got literally
They
anybody
all
that
Future
came
to
out.
me.
Anybody that came out right after Future, it sounds like that. So I would say if you're going to give that credit to anybody, give it to Future because Future was the one that brought in. Like I say, I hate mumble rap. I'm not the biggest. Well, I'm not gonna say I hate mumble rap. I don't. It's not for me. But Future is kind of like the one of the people that to me stands out more than anybody when it comes to that style of rap. So like I don't know if that would be something that I would say Takeoff did. I don't think that they did that. And I think and this burns me up so much. And I know I probably shouldn't be feeling this way, but it always seems like every time a rapper passes away,
They become a legend.
they always become a legend. And I'm like, that's not the case because and the way rappers are going right now, it's just like some of these guys ain't even had a chance to
Yeah.
even to create a name for themselves. You know, yeah, they may be known to a lot of people, but there are people like I never heard of no XXX Star Stinching, whatever his
I
name
don't
was
even know how
before
to
he
pronounce
passed
this
away.
shit.
Who was the other guy? Young Dolph. I didn't know anything about Young Dolph, you know. And I mean I've heard his name float around, but like his music just didn't
But
catch
that's
me like that.
the name that you can hear their names, but it wasn't about music. It was about the dumb shit that was going on. So it didn't
Yeah.
matter. But now all of a
And
sudden, because they gone,
yeah.
legend status. Like
The only
we
one
can't do that.
the only one in recent times that I could say may have had some sort of impact, and to me, it wasn't even the music, it was just what he did. It was Nipsey Hussle. Like, I think Nipsey Hussle, you know, made an impact in terms of, you know, not so much being on the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I never listened to a lot of his music. I don't know anything about his music, but I understood that he was about buying the block and investing in the communities and
I never heard a song until after he passed.
exactly. Um, and investing in the community and like being selfless and doing like those great things. So like I can give him a pass on that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I'm not
just
gonna say it musically either though, because I still don't listen to the music.
well, I'm thinking in terms of the actual culture. Um, in that aspect, yes, but musically, no. I don't really know Nipsey Hussle like that to even make those kinds of calls
Right.
because again, he's from a different era, and I just couldn't. It wasn't for me. So, but yeah, man, I heard that. But as far as the baby, who little baby, the baby, which one?
The baby.
Okay, the baby. I still haven't listened to enough of his music to make that kind of call. But if well, no, actually, there is one song I've heard the baby do, but maybe that because that was for the radio, I'm just couldn't get with it. But I don't know. Comparing yourself to like Kendrick and J. Cole and all of them, that's to me that sounds like a bit of a reach.
Off the
But
rip, people need to stop comparing themselves to Eminem. Let's just go ahead and get that off the table.
yeah,
Eminem is not the dopest lyricist of all time. He's not the greatest rapper of all time. He's not the GOAT. We need to calm that shit down.
yeah,
That video I sent you with RDC World,
Yeah,
That shit was
that shit was
hilarious,
funny.
bro.
That was funny. That was really funny.
But we need to stop doing that shit because whatever. It's just like people see somebody who's not black do something that black people do all the time. All of a sudden they jump straight to the top. We need to stop doing it. But for him to compare himself to like Kendrick Lamar and them, bro, I don't know too much of the baby's music, but I know enough to know that he's not on their level.
Yeah.
I don't have to hear nothing else to know that he can't compare himself.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, but then also, and I get it, it's hip hop, so you got to be.
You're supposed to feel like you're dope.
You got to have,
Just say I'm the greatest. I'm the best.
Just say you
don't start calling people and
when you start calling names,
that's
you're already like limiting yourself,
right?
You know, so like no, because I've never heard a Kendrick say that I'm gonna be on this level of this, that, and the other. And in your mind, you can say that shit all day, like you should. But I mean, Kendrick is Kendrick. J. Cole is J. Cole. Like they all do their own shit, and they all just kind of, and they just have, and the shit just happens to be fucking mind blowing for the most part.
It's dope as hell.
You know, but yeah, I don't know, man. I for one, I don't even know how long the baby been around. So
it's been a couple of years now, but still, not enough for him to be comparing himself to them in the sense of like your music is not even on the same level as theirs.
Yeah, but then even in that, you know, it's when it comes
he's
to
just
hip-hop,
popular or whatever. I don't know what made him popular. I guess it's the fact that he go around knocking niggas out and shit. I don't know.
It could be,
but it doesn't musically. I can't compare him to none of that shit.
Yeah, I mean, but then when it comes to hip hop, all in all, you know, we got to really stop giving the credit to a lot. Well, I'm not gonna say stop giving the credit, but we still forget about these people in the underground. That people, I know there's people in the underground that could eat a lot of the niggas at the top up. They just choose not to because they just love hip hop. They not really looking for the record deals and so on and so forth. I mean, I feel like if they were to get the money and all that, they'd be cool with it. But they just like, nah, we ain't doing this for that. Like I like a Coach Contra, right?
Yeah.
Like Coach Contra is about that. They just we just making the music. You know,
I'm mad now because I don't know the woman's name. She was on Sway in the morning not too long ago. And she did a freestyle. And she wrecked that thing. But it was an actual freestyle, wasn't no shit that was written down. Damn man, I wish I knew her name, man. But she dope as hell. I'm gonna have to look it up. We got to give her a shout out.
Okay. We'll definitely
that shit.
We'll definitely check that out. But yeah, this I prefer to listen to like I said, I prefer to listen to more of the underground stuff anyway, because it's more you really, you know what I'm saying? You really feel that shit when you're listening to it because they really be on some like super real shit.
Right.
But I'm gonna go back to the video. I posted the clip from a few episodes back when we were talking about Wu-Tang Clan. So I posted that clip on TikTok, and I remember mentioning that I couldn't get privy to RZA and Capadonna.
Okay.
And so one guy went on there and commented, and I'm not dissing by any means. Like he said what he said, and it's fine. But he was, I guess he must be like a 5%er or something like that. I don't know if you're familiar with the 5%.
Yeah, I know the 5% Nation.
Okay, the 5% Nation. So he was saying that they were heavy 5%ers, which I already knew. I get it. I don't really understand the deep levels of the 5% Nation, but I understand the basic principles of them believing that, you know, the black man is God, and that that they have a certain code to go by. Like they have the supreme mathematics where it's like knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
And they actually give you the knowledge as well.
They're not keeping
it 1%ers and keeping it to themselves.
Yeah, they're not keeping it to themselves. But I'm not gonna speak too much on that shit because I also understand if you walk around talking about this shit and don't know what the fuck you talking about, you probably could get your ass beat. Like they own some shit like that. Like you fucking around and catch a beat down. But what he was basically saying was that, you know, for you to understand RZA and Capadonna, you would have to be on some 5%er shit. And I was like, okay, well that make a lot of sense. But at the end of the day, I'm not privy to hearing that shit. So like, I'm still gonna say that RZA's not my favorite. Now, lyrically, I'll say this: lyrically, RZA may be cool. He may be talking about some dope shit, but he has a horrible delivery. his flow sucks. It's always offbeat. And I just be like, that shit don't sound cool. And I've heard people who, and there are people who go out there, maybe he does it intentionally. Like, remember how Silk the Shocker used to do it?
Yeah.
Silk the Shocker used to rap offbeat intentionally. For some odd reason, he made it work. Like, for some odd reason, RZA just couldn't make it work. So I'm just like,
Silk didn't really make it work. You was just forced to listen to him. They slid him into every song because he happens to be Masterpiece brother. And because I was so disappointed on I Really Miss My Homies, right? He started off good.
Yeah.
Ruined this like halfway. Then Bourbons and Lax. He started he was riding the beat. He was on point. Then he was just like, I don't like this. I'm gonna just fuck it up. And he just fucked it up at the end. So I tried to give a pass. But the woman named her name on Sway in the Morning, who did the freestyle, Pinky Cole.
Pinky Cole?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go check
she
out.
Dope as hell, bro. I like the freestyle, so I got to give her a shout out. Shout out to Pinky Cole, bro.
I'll go check out. And people, man, that's the other thing. They don't put enough of the ladies in these conversations, man. There's some chicks out there that be rhyming their asses off.
Right.
Like,
and this woman, she wasn't talking about sucking everybody off and it on somebody. She was actually just spitting bars. Like, she was really in there. She wasn't just having to be the nasty chick and this and that. So it made her really dope because she's like, I'm spitting these bars. Y'all don't have to just worry about what I'm gonna do with you in the bed.
Man, it was so there, and I like that because it's true lyricism. And one thing that I don't do with like female MCs is always when it comes to like female MCs, I never always want to say who's the best female MC because at the end of the day, they still MCs.
Right.
Like if they really gonna get out there, I'm gonna call them MCs. And for a while that like Rhapsody was at the top of my list. She is in my like top whatever.
She's in the top 10.
Because Rhapsody be spitting on some shit that just be whatever, but people ain't, they ain't listening.
Spit that real.
Because she talks some real shit, but it was
she be like, can I be real, son? Can I be really real, son?
They tried to kill my father.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we went to go see her one year, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it was one chick that opened up for her. I gotta find her.
Yeah.
It'll come to me at some point, but it was this one chick that opened up for her and she had bars, and I wish I knew her name. She's like a light-skinned chick.
Yeah.
And damn, I gotta find it, man. I gotta find it. I hope it's somewhere in my it was like 2 years ago. Shit, I can't think of that chick's name.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a moment.
No, it's all good, man, because they need a lot more women out here to actually just start kicking bars, bro. And make that the norm to where they don't have to be like, oh, you gotta have the fake body and talk about being nasty. You don't have to do that to be on the radio and be your class. They need to start making that the norm.
Right. Now they and they are out there. If I can find this chick name, I'll tell you who she is.
They out there, man, but they just don't get the recognition. And so what I'm gonna start doing, just like how we doing the songs of the week or whatever the week, I'm gonna start shouting them out, but I'm gonna have to do I'm gonna dig in the bag for that.
But there's another one. There's a chick out there named Lyric Jones.
Yeah.
Who goes pretty hard too. Like she's spit. Don't get me wrong, they make they LL Love You Better type shit, so that they be on some sexy shit there. But
that's
even
cool
in that,
though, you know what I'm saying?
Even in that, it don't be like it don't be just super way to the left. Like they use the metaphors in a way that, like, when you're paying attention to it, you still be like, oh shit, like dang, hey girl, that whole thing.
Yeah.
But Jean Grey. Have you listened to Jean Grey?
Yes, I've heard her.
Beast.
Yeah.
Beast. And I'm mad about that one because I didn't catch on to her until like years after she came out.
Yeah.
And I was listening to something one day and she came on, she happened to come up on a playlist and was just murdering it line for line, like just going in, man. So there's a lot of them out there, man. I wish I knew this chick name, but I don't want to spend too much time looking at my phone trying to find it. So
we'll catch it.
We'll talk about it at some point. But yeah, man, there's a lot of them out there that's actually really, really good, man. Is it K Valentine? I think K Valentine's another one. K Valentine is actually pretty dope if you ever get a chance to check her out. I saw her perform when I went to go see Conway the Machine
Okay.
a while back. And that was actually a pretty dope concert. I mean, the Griselda crew or whatever, they not my favorite, but
they rap. They can rap. But
they give you that
their
gritty
style is not my.
I'm about to say they're the closest thing today to what that East Coast gritty rap was like. It's not exactly quite there.
Yeah.
But it's the closest thing you can get to it. Like, I wouldn't compare them to like a Wu-Tang Clan.
Nah.
But I would say if you're looking for something in that realm, that would be the closest thing you can get to that in today's time, because now everything, like we said, everything sounds like I don't even know if it's trap music anymore. I don't know what it's called anymore. The mumble, the tink tink beats and all that.
Something else now, man. I don't know, some Chicago drill music.
Drill music. Okay, well, whatever it's called, like everything sounds so uniform. It sounds
there's nobody outside of the box.
So it doesn't really give you a lot of options to find somebody that you can really fuck with.
That's
why
like everybody to me is Future. I don't care what it says on the radio when you look at it. It's Future.
Yeah. So when I see like a Griselda crew kind of stand out from the pack, it draws my attention a little bit more, because now they are not sounding like everybody way over here. And there's no diss to anybody that want to do the drill music thing. Hey, if you're making money off of it, do your thing. But like it just brings something different to the table. Again, Coast Country, like they're bringing the lyricism and all that stuff back, and it's just so refreshing to hear that kind of stuff. So, a lot of that shit, it's like now it's like your ear is basically like digging through the mental crates trying to find the new artist that sounds good, because now when you hear somebody that just sounds so different, it's just like. And the crazy part about it, they might be whack as fuck, but because they sound so different, you'd be like, nah.
You go listen to it, yeah.
Right. So I think that's probably why some of these guys are winning, because I ain't gonna lie, like even people like Drake, right?
Right.
I'm not the biggest fan of Drake, but I will fuck with Drake more than I fuck with anything else that's out there, because I don't think Drake sounds like a lot of that stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? Drake got his own little thing. So, I'm not gonna go out and buy his music. I'm not gonna even go to his concert. But if you come up on the playlist in a mix of all the other stuff that's going on, I might fuck with it just because it's like different. You know what I'm saying? So to hear music come from like guys outside of these younger names, and I'm not really understanding that, just like I say, it's just not for me. It's nice to hear, because and again, like I say, that music is just I guess it's just for a younger generation, for them to understand. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So I saw this video the other day, man, and it made me think about like how we was talking about if the roles were switched. So I don't know much about this Glorilla.
I don't know. I just started seeing that name float around within like the last couple of weeks.
But now, if people like dudes were being her for Halloween and shit, so I don't get it, but whatever. But they had a video where she was like backstage and was about to get ready to perform, right?
Yeah.
But she met the mayor of the city she was in, and they was a councilman or something like that, and he brought his grandson, right? His grandson was like 10 years old. He was like, my grandson want to meet you, this and that. They took a picture. Now, this is what she had on. She had on like a jean jacket that's like shimmy, like stop up here, with just a bra on up underneath. Her pants were like, they tight or whatever, but she had them unbuttoned and open, like with the zipper down. And that's how she was just like, so all you see is her like G-string, right?
Yeah.
So everybody in the comments was just like, she is so sweet, giving back to the people and this and that. My thing is, if that was a dude with a 10-year-old girl with his pants wide open and his drawers and meat swinging, How would people feel about that picture?
Man, they the R. Kelly his ass.
That's what it was weird as hell to me when I seen it, and how many people were just saying like it was so dope. But this boy is 10.
Yeah,
The scent of her badge was coming through the pants. You know what I'm saying? Because she had it wide open. And you couldn't reverse that. And I thought that was kind of odd or whatever.
You know, that I think a lot of people are less mindful of that because like even when you go to the stores now and you go shopping for clothes and stuff like that, if you look in like the little girl section, a lot of the stuff that they're selling in the stores are stuff like that would have never flown, 10, 15, 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that and granted, I don't know, I'm not 10 years old, so maybe these kids are more desensitized to seeing stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. I was 10 years. I was 10 years old before, and if I saw some stuff like that, I'd probably pitch a tent in my pants. You know what I'm saying?
Look, belly button action. If you got your belly button out, it was going down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think because so many people are so exposed to this stuff now, even young kids, I don't think that's much of a big deal. It's like almost like going in the cultures where they don't wear clothes.
Right.
So now, granted, I mean, do I still feel like it might be a bit inappropriate? Absolutely. Like, like you do have to be mindful. It's just like when Lizzo went to that basketball game wearing assless chaps. You know what I'm saying? I get it, body positivity.
Ass on his seat. What's wrong with you?
Well, I get the whole body positivity thing, and especially for her being a larger girl and so on and so forth. But at the same time, come on, man, you got to be
kids around,
mindful of where you are, right? Like people are taking their children to go see these games, and you walking around with your ass out, like
that's what I'm saying. Like men can't do that. If some dude just walked around me swinging and been like, "Oh, it's body positivity. I just wanted people to know I'm in my sexual realm." And it's okay for me to be sexual. You know what I'm saying? That it would not fare well. It don't matter if it's around boys, girls, whatever. It's not going to be a good look.
Actually, there was one man that got away with that. The purple one. The purple one.
Oh. But he was doing that at concerts. He wasn't walking around in public with his butt cheeks out.
Yeah, I think he was doing that for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, but he was with adults,
which they all do. They all do it to gain attention.
And
we had that conversation about celebrities.
That's fine, but he wasn't around kids with his butt
cheeks. Right. But yeah, I think that might be a bit much, but if the kid daddy ain't saying nothing, well, granddaddy, which I mean he's a man, so he probably was like
he didn't care, but that's what I'm saying.
How you doing?
Right. It's just weird to me knowing that if it was the other way around, man,
it'd be a lot different. That's those double standards that unfortunately probably won't ever change in this crazy world we live in. So that's just kind of like one of them things. I don't want to say you have to deal with it, but we kind of have to deal with it.
Yeah. But I did see something the other day that I thought was kind of interesting. So have you ever seen the anime Sword Art Online?
I watched a couple episodes of it. I think I might have I remember when it came out years ago. Yeah. And I may have watched like the first maybe like 5 episodes or so. And then
I've watched them all. They're pretty dope. I played the games and all of that stuff. But know the concept is basically you go inside this video game and you are in the game. They put it out to where if you died in the game, you die in real life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to get the Oculus. I don't want that shit no more.
Hey, you never played Oculus?
No, I mean I've been on it. One of my partners brought it to work one day when we was on turnaround, and it's dope. But I don't want one no more, right? Because they've come up with a concept that the Oculus can kill you.
Oh fuck that! Why would I buy some shit? Wait, who the fuck came up with that, and why did they announce it?
The people who created the shit, right?
Why would they announce
right now? They saying it's going to take some years before they get it down correctly. So what's going on is that you can the Oculus, they got that part down to where the thing can kill you.
Yeah.
But it's the why. So they can't get it to sync with the gaming to like if you die in the game that it's gonna kill you. This thing is just killing you randomly. So you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Why would you do that? I don't know. So
why? Like why?
I don't want that.
I played that shit one time, man, and it was you think that when you put on the headset that you feel like, oh, it's just a headset.
No, you
I'm
in
just
there.
play this game. Nah, it's a fully immersive experience.
You in
I
there.
remember I played him at Brian's house one time, and it was this game where these robots, you had to destroy these robots that were programmed to, they had a virus or something like that where they ended up attacking like mankind. It was one of them situations like iRobot kind of games where the robots were supposed to be helpful and citizens of amongst the community and docile for the most part. They just kind of serve their purpose. And so I put this game on, I put the headset on, and I'm like looking around and shit. I can see these robots. I'm standing in the midst of a million robots.
Right.
And like this guy is like giving this speech, right? And it started off sounding real positive and so on and so forth. And then it started getting darker and more sinister. And then the virus hit the robots. And then like when the virus hit the robots, all the eyes turned red and they all looked at me.
Man, I know that feeling had to be like,
when they did that shit, I jumped so hard. Like I came out of the headset. I'm like, no, nah, this ain't
to eject, bro.
I ended up playing the game, but it was so real that it scared me. And the crazy part was it wasn't when they turned and looked at me. It was one of them like ran at me, like it was a sudden movement,
instant. Yeah.
So when it came, but right before it hit me, it like vanished and it went into the gameplay. Right. But it scared the shit out of me. But it was cool. It was so cool though, because when I actually got to do the gameplay, this particular game, it was like I was in the Matrix or some shit, man, where they were like shooting bullets that you could slow down time and knock the bullets out the way.
Right.
You could punch the shit out of the robot, rip his arm off, and like beat the shit out of him with his arm, or like you could do literally anything in this game, and it was the craziest shit. But I mean, I'm not physically gonna spend a fuck ton of money on something that can potentially kill me. Hell no.
Right, man. I'm like, bro, it's okay. The idea of just being in this world is dope as hell.
Yeah.
And everybody always say, to be dope if we can get that and then have like a vest or a suit that you put on to where you can actually feel the punches, or if you're in a fighting game or you're in a shooting game, you can kind of feel where you're getting hit. That's cool. But to actually die?
Yeah. And even if I am getting shot in the game, I don't want that shit to feel like I'm getting shot. Just make it vibrate or something. Like,
but in
the certain, I'm saying in certain spots,
I don't want it to feel like I got shot.
Yeah, no, I don't want
it to know that I got hit. You know what I'm saying?
Be sitting there like Peter Griffin.
Yeah,
I ain't doing all that. That's too much. But I will say that overall, as an experience, Oculus Rift is actually kind of dope.
Which one did you try though? Because I know they got some new ones.
I think it was the Oculus Rift. I know this was a few years ago. So whatever the hottest one at the time was.
Let's see, I tried the newest one from earlier this year. This was like in March when I tried it, and he had just got that brand new system or whatever. So, and it made me want to go get one. I was like, man, that's dope as hell. But I know if I get it, man, I'm gonna be in here punching my kids, not seeing them and shit like that. I'm gonna have to tell them like, hey, when y'all see this thing on my face, fuck out the way, man.
Move back, get out the way.
Yeah, because I saw a 2-year-old get knocked out or whatever. This dude, he was boxing his ass off, and he did an uppercut, and his son was like right there, and he just ran right into it, bro. He knocked little dude out, bro.
That ain't no.
Yeah,
I'll just stick to playing emulators.
Yeah, man.
I was watching a video the other day that was talking about music that defined the 90s, and actually did one for the 2000s too, man. And I was sitting there looking at that shit, and it was bringing up some songs, like it was from across all genres.
Okay.
It made me realize how much I didn't appreciate music at that time when I started hearing, when they started playing the songs I was playing, like even like rock songs and shit like that. Like some of that shit was like, man, these niggas used to jam.
What was the name of that song, man? Used to come on every morning on MTV or whatever with them. Everybody mouths would get big and shit like that.
Oh, you talking about Soundgarden, Black Hole Sun.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. Well, the video was creepy, but I jammed. I like the song.
Oh no, it was not. I mean, there was some rock songs that went in, but that was it was really cool because it really did kind of what he was talking about was like all the songs that literally changed the landscape of music in the 90s, and how like the 90s, he was real like, I watched one for the 2000s, but he wasn't as passionate about the ones in the 90s because he's saying like the 90s was just this era that was so, it was just something about the 90s that was just, it was just right, like it just needed to be where it wanted to be. And a lot of the songs that he picked were, and he even said it before, like he put a disclaimer, he was like, it's not probably going to be a lot of songs that you think I would pick, but the songs that he picked made a lot of sense in how they really had an impact. Like I know he had like Wu-Tang Clan on there with 36 Chambers, because Wu-Tang Clan at the time was basically I think that was for like 1993. Wu-Tang Clan was basically like the sound of East Coast.
Right.
And then in 93, of course, you had also in 92, you had the Chronic, which brought the G-Funk era, and it really kind of did something for music. He even talked about like the East Coast, West Coast thing that was going on at the time, and like how that even had a significant impact on music. And then he was talking about like Tribe Called Quest, but he was even talking about like what's the name of that song? I get knocked down, but I get up. Like all them little songs. Like, dang, you know what? Them shits was some like jamming ass songs, but it was one song that he played. I remember they used to play on MTV all the time, man. It was a British group. What was the name of that song? Today is gonna be a day. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm talking about? The song was called Wonderwall.
Okay, I think I know.
Baby.
Yeah.
Remember that? That shit. When he started playing, I was like, damn, man, that shit brought back like a lot of memories, man. But it's funny because I remember even a while back, like a couple months ago, I was on one. And I was listening to some music, and you know how we always talk about like how hip hop, you know, if you pay attention to the lyrics, how they be saying some real deep shit.
Yeah.
When you listen to some of that grunge music and some of the shit that was going on in the 90s, they was on some real shit too. Like, you know, remember
to it for so long. If I don't have a headache, I'm okay. But if I got a headache, I can't jam that shit.
Nah, some of that shit be hitting. Like Alanis Morissette, when she did that song Ironic.
Yeah.
The songwriting on that shit was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a dope ass song.
It was a dope ass song, but I guess because at the time I was so like, oh man, it's all about rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you ain't giving, that's gonna be always gonna be forefront first and foremost. But like, I had to tell myself to learn how to like expand your ear palette a little bit more and listen to some other shit.
Your palate, man. Just like I just had to learn how to eat different foods.
Yeah, you got to listen to some different shit.
I've been eating like a 10-year-old for 30 years.
You have. I'm so glad that you told me you finally started eating egg rolls.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I enjoy them shit.
Because you've been missing out big time. There's some good shit out there. Yeah. But, like even now, like I mean, I've always been a fan of jazz, but I find myself even listening to like straight up jazz, and I ain't talking about just contemporary shit. I'm talking about like
deep in
shit from like back in the day, like jazz, you know what I'm saying? Like there's some good music out there. And you know, it really got me into it because I watched that movie with Don Cheadle, came out a few years ago, Miles Ahead. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't seen it, but Don Cheadle dope as hell.
Don Cheadle is he's a great actor. Yeah. He is an incredible actor, and I don't think he gets the credit he deserves for what he does out there.
Yeah, man.
He did one movie out there that was really good, as a matter of fact. It was called Traitor. Have you ever seen that?
No.
So this movie, he was working for the FBI or the CIA, some big government agency, but he was infiltrating a Muslim terrorist group overseas somewhere, or maybe it was in the U.S. I can't remember exactly where he was, but he had to go infiltrate it. So it was almost like, think about like Deep Cover. It was like one of those situations where he had to go like befriend like one of the leaders of the groups, and really like become like, he had to live the lifestyle, become a Muslim and all that stuff. And you know, it got to a point to where they're getting ready to plan an attack somewhere, like a major, like catastrophic attack. And that's what he needed. He needed to learn all the plans and secrets before he could actually take them down. But of course, it was hard for him to do it because he hadn't became friends with the guy.
Right.
And you know how the thing goes. But it was a really good movie with Don Cheadle that I really enjoyed. So if you've never seen Traitor with Don Cheadle, go check that out because that shit was dope as hell.
That's your movie of the week.
I would call it. Yeah. I guess I can call it my movie of the week.
So I just got to watch Drunken Master with Jackie Chan.
Old school?
Yeah, old school, bro. That's gonna be my movie of the week right there. Anybody needs to check out something this funny?
Was it on Amazon?
Action. It's on Amazon. It's on Prime. So if you got Prime, it's free. So yeah, check it out, man. I'm gonna watch part 2 probably later on tonight.
Man, I you know what?
I got that movie came out in like 79.
Yeah, those are like 70s, 80s movies. That's probably was it directed by Shaw Brothers?
I'm not sure.
Okay, because I think in those times the Shaw Brothers were like
everywhere,
when they came to them kung fu movies. If they didn't have a hand in it, it was like, nah, we ain't fucking with it.
Yeah.
But you know, one movie that I would love to watch. I know you know what I'm gonna say.
Super Ninjas.
Super Ninjas.
Yeah, see, they call it. I got it on Amazon, but it's called the
5 Elementals.
Yeah,
the 5 Elements Ninjas. Man, that movie was so dope. But what was crazy about it was like they put very little production value into it,
and it still made it cool. Everything sounded exactly the same.
It felt like every setting was the same backdrop.
Yeah, it didn't matter if you was using wood, metal, whatever. Every time you hear something, hear this cling, 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 cling.
But that was
doing that.
You know what though? When you think about it, we sit here and we talk about like how the movie looked cheap and stuff like that, but you had to be like mad more creative to create something like that, as opposed to like today where you can just put somebody on a string and make them fly or put a green screen behind them. Like back then, it was like if somebody was jumping 20 feet into a tree, what they really did was have them jump down and then play it backwards.
Right.
To make it look like they jumped.
Just like when the ninjas were supposed to sneak in, they just turned the sound off.
They just turned the sound off. Yeah.
You didn't hear nothing.
Oh man, speaking of ninjas, I remember a while back. I'm gonna have to find that video. I'm gonna post that link in here too. I remember I was working at my last job. There's this website called The Onion. Is it The Onion? I don't know, but it's a news website, but none of the news is real. It's like sarcastic and fake. And there was this one where they was talking about this ninja parade that was going on. And it was like, yeah, the ninja parade is going on. So the news had the live feed at the place where the parade was.
And nobody was there.
Nothing was going on. It was like mad quiet. And it was like, yeah, see the ninja parade is going on. We had the ninja parade, blah, blah, blah.
Everybody was doing their job perfectly.
It was like literally quiet. Like the streets was empty and everything.
That's funny as shit. Yeah.
And when I saw that, I laughed. I ain't never laughed so hard in my life, man.
Yeah, man.
So funny. So, yeah, that shit was hilarious. So, where we at, an hour?
Yeah, they get ready to watch some football.
Okay, I guess we good. Well, let me go ahead and give a couple of shout outs, man.
Yeah.
First and foremost to Crystal Saldana. She's our Patreon. You know, we appreciate everything that Crystal does because she is definitely like our number one fan. Anytime a clip drop, anytime the video
helping out so much, man.
Man, she putting it on TikTok, she putting it on Facebook, she putting it on YouTube, she putting it everywhere. So we definitely appreciate you, Crystal. But also, I want to give a big shout out to Axiom Amnesia.
Yes.
A couple of episodes back, we actually talked about the fan theory for Jason's lyric that they did, and we made sure that we gave them credit when we talked about it. But man, they were nice enough to respond to us and just say that they appreciated it, and they even reposted that entire episode for us on their page to kind of expose it to their audience.
Thank you, man.
So man, thank y'all big time for that. So I definitely wanted to make sure that we shouted y'all out for that.
And it was a couple of other episodes that they done already that I wanted to talk about because there's some more theories out there that I thought was
and I definitely told them when I responded to them that we definitely will be speaking more on a lot of this stuff and making sure that we make that they get the credit they deserve for coming up with these theories and just kind of giving our thoughts on it. Because one thing that they were big about when they responded was that and we mentioned it in the podcast, was that, you never can really take any type of art for face value, right? Because anytime an artist does anything, whether he realizes it or not, there's going to always be some sort of undertone or underlying message in that work. So for people like the good people at Axiom Amnesia, they you have to be a bit of a deep thinker to come up with these theories.
And they pull some, man. Some of them that they pull, I'll be like, where the hell you get that from?
Yeah,
but
and
once they bring it to your attention, you're like, damn.
It brings perspective. And the thing about it is not even about being right or wrong. It could be a completely different thing than what the artist intended. But the fact of the matter that they sat there, took the time to really watch that and think that deep into it, and then come up with those theories and make it make sense.
Right.
That takes a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to see something like that is pretty dope. And so, we want you guys to know that kind of work does come appreciated. And there are a lot, and especially in our culture, because we really don't do that enough.
Right.
In our culture, to see that and to have such like-mindedness to be able to communicate and talk about these types of things, I think that's really, really dope. So man, we definitely do appreciate you guys for sharing the love and showing love like that. And man, we look forward to seeing more of your work. And at some point we can even maybe do a little cross promotion and have each other on each other's podcasts and just have some conversations. Chop it up a little bit, man, because networking is what it's all about at the end of the day. So
yeah,
I thought that was really dope. So shout out to Axiom Amnesia big time, man. And can't wait to see more of what you guys got going on.
Yeah, I watch it every week.
Yeah. So you got anything you need?
Nah, man. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, man.
Just happy Thanksgiving, motherfucker.
Make sure y'all eat everything. Don't be sitting over there leaving that shit at everybody's house and they got to figure it out. Take some of that with you, man. Eat everything.
But make sure that you contribute something before you take it all with you. Even if it's a bottle, a 2-liter soda, bring something.
Bring something.
Don't just show up there empty-handed and then leave with 20 plates.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Well, with that being said, I think we can go ahead. Oh, shit. I'm still not done yet. Yes. If you want to support the show,
come on,
be sure to check out the Patreon link. We are discussing a few things to try to get you guys a little bit more involved in what we got going on with the channel. So just kind of stay tuned with that.
Yep, I'm starting to do my gaming and stuff like that. So we go put that on.
Yeah, we're gonna be bringing more. We're gonna be bringing a more diverse collection of content for you.
Yeah.
So just kind of keep your eye on that. But yeah, if you want to support the show, be sure to check us out on Patreon. If you and all this is at the links below, by the way. Also, if you want to, if there's any merchandise that you want, we do have a really dope ass t-shirt available right now. All you got to do is just go to the merchandise link in the links below. So if you want to get in that's cool. And then also, if you just simply like the show and you really enjoy it, be sure that you like it, man. Share your thoughts in the comments. And also just all down here. Share the videos, and most importantly, hit subscribe. Man, as a matter of fact, due to Axiom Amnesia, we actually gained more subscribers off of that shout out. So we definitely do appreciate y'all. So man, we had 54. We got 946.
With the comments and whatnot, if y'all can please come to YouTube and have the conversation on YouTube.
Yes, go to YouTube.
We still appreciate the conversations we having on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. But if we can direct that to YouTube,
yes, come to YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, because this is where you get to see the full episodes, the full experience, and you can really get engaged and chime in on the full conversation. Because ain't no telling what's gonna come up. What y'all see in those clips is just a piece of what we talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We talk about, like we say, literally any and everything. So, man, y'all be sure to check us out on YouTube. And, man, I think that's pretty much it. So, with that said, until next time, we will catch you guys, and peace.